You take something like the border. The border is an absolute tragedy. It is a disaster. If you watch Fox News, and I love Fox, I'm on Fox every week. If you watch Fox News, you know the disaster that's happening at the border. If you watch CNN, if you watch MSNBC, what border disasters? There's nothing happening at the border. Gosh, Kamala Harris tells us the border is secure. It must be fine. That is dangerous when so many millions of people are being lied to, and it's what's contributing to the crisis we have right now.
It is dangerous, and I don't think we understand the impact that it's going to have for years, because it's only going to get worse. You mentioned the border, and I'm glad you did. There was a warning by the Panamanians to the Biden administration in the summer.
Yes.
Warning of Haitians, tens of thousands coming up through Panama, through Central America, up through Mexico into the United States, ignored by the Biden administration. It's a pattern. We've seen it. And now we're getting more warnings, up to potentially 400,000 migrants coming from South America through Panama, Central America, and on through Mexico. And the Biden administration says, you know what, we're going to go soft now. We're going to really get rid of Remain in Mexico, and we're really not going to deport. Is this a serious response, Senator?
It is a complete surrender. It is a complete embrace of open borders. You mentioned Panama. This past week, I sat down with the foreign minister of Panama. She was in the United States to be up at the United Nations. She came down to my office to meet with me afterwards. And she described how, Panama is right at the juncture between South America and North America. She described how in the last year, they have seen over 80,000 Haitian illegal aliens crossing north from South America through Panama on the way to come to the United States. And these are Haitians who evacuated years ago and came to South America. We're living happily there. And then word got out that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are in charge, and it's open borders. It's open season. If you make it to the United States, you get to stay. Over 80,000 Haitians coming through Panama. You know what the foreign minister told me? She said, I've called the White House repeatedly. The Biden White House won't return my calls. She said, I call the State Department. The State Department, only once would they talk to her. They blow her off. Panama's foreign minister hosted a meeting of the foreign ministers of, I think, 11 countries in Central and South America to discuss this immigration crisis. And obviously they wanted the United States there because the United States is where everyone is going in this crisis. The Biden administration refused to send the Secretary of State. They sent a lower level individual. So you had 11 foreign ministers from countries that are impacted by this illegal immigration. And Biden administration wouldn't even show up because they don't give a damn about the thousands and hundreds of thousands, even millions of people being hurt by their open border policies.
Well, the president tells the world we're back. It just seems like he's turning his back to the world. Senator Ted Cruz down there, great state of Texas. Thanks for your leadership on the border. We appreciate it.